Hello and welcome back to the Talk of Fame podcast. This is your host, Kylie Montigney. And on this episode, we're joined by an actor that has been featured in Dhar Man, Brat, Mystery Box Series, and much more. Julian Vidaurrazaga. I know, I got it wrong. It's like,
It's fine.
but thank you so much for calling on, Julian. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm glad you're having a great day. And so like you've been featured in so many things such as Starman, Mystery Box series, and much more. Like, how'd you get into acting? Like, how'd you get into all these things?
Okay, so I've been wanting to act since I was 5, but I didn't really start acting until I was 11. And the whole way I actually started it all of it was my mom. She helped me. She's also my manager. We went online and we gathered all this information, and eventually we started submitting ourselves, me and my mom, for these roles, and I started like playing these little roles and then building my way up to bigger roles, and that's how I got to where I am now.
It's amazing. Like, is there like a movie or a TV series that you saw that like made you want to be an actor, or is it all just kind of like a dream that you like knew you wanted to do that nothing kind of really inspired you kind of pursue it?
Um, yeah, so like when I was a kid, like really young, I would always watch Spider-Man, and I think that's definitely the movie that really inspired me to become an actor, along with a bunch of other different movies I watched as I got older. But that's definitely the main one.
Spider-Man is so good. I am like
Yeah.
into those kind of movies like X-Men, Marvel, like anything like that. Like, did you see the Marvel, like the one with Tom Holland, the one like a couple years back?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen those.
How did you feel about that one? Did you like it or you were a fan?
I think it was cool. It's a cool way to shift perspectives of different ways an actor can play Spider-Man. But in general, I think I like all different Spider-Mans that have been played by the three actors.
And like last year, you played Kenny in a Brat series called Mini. What
Mm.
was kind of like filming like on set and working with the cast? Because I know you worked with Texany, right?
Yeah, yeah. Um, Filming on the set of Manny was a great experience. And when I got there, the first person I met was Tsunami, and she was a very great person, humble and professional. And it was really fun to what's it called? Like to experience that whole interaction with her, and being in the scene with her was really cool too, as I got to play the player and stuff like that. Kind of like step out of my comfort zone. I also met with the creator of Manny, Lawrence, who also plays Manny, and he's a really cool guy. He's full of energy and really brought a lot of energy to the set, and overall made the experience really great for me. And yeah, I would definitely come back to that if I had the chance. But overall, it was amazing.
Like it's definitely a great series. Like how many episodes did you film for like many? Like did you just film one episode or did you film like multiple?
It was just one episode.
That's not actually bad at all. I guess like did you film this like last year or you feel like like months before it aired?
Um, I filmed it. What are we in 2023? We filmed it in 2022. I think it was in the mid, so around like uh, around like April or June, I think. And yeah, and then it released like 2 months later.
Ooh, that's not actually bad at all. Like with the editing and stuff, that's actually not
Hmm.
bad.
Yeah.
And like what did you kind of take away kind of from filming like what do you kind of take away while filming any Brat series, especially many?
From Manny, I took away like what I took away is like don't play with people's feelings, stay loyal, and because that's really messed up. And
Mm-hmm.
especially for my character, the player, he's playing with these girls' feelings, and that's not right, because you're hurting these people, and I think that's what I took away from it.
Like, do you think like you are similar to the character, or you think like you're the total opposite?
I think I'm the total opposite, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like I know like tons of people who play characters that are like so opposite. They're like, how am I supposed to play this character if they're not like me or anything like that?
Hmm.
Like, are there any like brat shows that like you want to be in? Is it or this like what's your favorite like brat show to watch? This or any shows you want to be in?
if I had to choose, I think Charmers would be a cool show to appear in because I'm really into sci-fi and supernatural. I always watch
Mhm.
that with my mom. And I just think it would be a cool, unique project to work on. Aside from like drama series and like comedy series, it'd just be unique to play something different from the rest.
Like what's like your like kind of genre you like to watch? Is there like are you into drama, comedy? Like what's like kind of like your go-to kind of movie or show like, in terms of genre?
Um,
However
For
you say
me, it's
it.
mixed. I really love watching drama and comedy movies. So it's kind of hard to pick between the two. But yeah, it's a mixed. It's definitely mixed opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same exact way. Like the only like I can't choose between drama or comedy. Like I love both so much I can't like choose like which one I would rather watch or pick as a favorite.
Yeah.
Like what's like your favorite movie? Like do you have like a favorite movie or a show in terms of drama or like a comedy or like horror like in terms of any genre?
Yeah. Okay. So for a drama movie, my favorite movie would have to be The Pianist,
Mm.
and comedy movie would have to be Super Bad.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. And in the summer, you're coming out with another project that is a podcast audio junction series and has won some awards. Is it like a podcast topic thing, or is it just kind of like a regular series that kind of brings podcasting in?
Okay, well, I can't say much about it, but I can say that it is a podcast audio drama fiction series. And I can't wait to share it with you and everyone else. But once I get the green light, I will post it on my Instagram. But overall, I can't wait to share it with y'all because it's a really good series.
That's amazing. I can't wait to tune in. Were you like how is it kind of filming a podcast thing? Like with being a podcast series, how is it kind of like filming kind of something different than usually what you are used to? Because I know with in-person podcasting on Zoom, it's much easier. I'll say it's like much like you're like kind of used to it since doing interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is a little bit different from what I usually do. But it was a cool experience to like get to experience something new. And meeting the cast and crew was amazing too, and being in person there. And the whole setup they had was awesome. I have never seen something like that, compared to setup I have. It's a little setup, but yeah, it was a nice, unique experience to be a part of. And yeah.
Like was there like a whole podcast setup or was it like this the usual just film
Um
like cameras and stuff?
It was actually like a whole like podcast setup. Like you had your microphones there, and you had the thing that would hold up your scripts. And yeah, there was like wires everywhere, and it was cool.
That's amazing. That's like better than my setup, honestly. I just have like a microphone, like camera, and just a thing to read out the questions and stuff. Like it's a more bigger deal than most podcasters have. Like I'm like jealous, honestly. But like, how do you juggle everything with school and acting and all your other projects? Like, how do you juggle it all?
Um, so I have a good connection with my teachers. That's a really important thing because if you don't have that, then like you go film and you miss like 5 days of school, and they're gonna be like, "What the heck?" Like, yeah, we're not gonna let you make that stuff up. But since I have like good connections and I try to get it overall to get good grades, they're like, "Yeah, you can make that up and stuff like that." And overall, they're really cool with my career, and they actually think it's pretty cool. So I think that's another benefit too.
Yeah, like I know a lot of teachers like usually just kind of be like, "Why are you missing school days? School is more important than acting and stuff."
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like lucky that like you have like all these teachers are like cool about it, like kind of like laid back.
Hmm.
Like, do you do it online or you do like go in person?
I go in person,
Mm,
public school. Yeah.
sweet. And like, what is like the key to kind of being an actor? Like, how do you think becoming a successful actor? Like, how do you think you should like kind of get into it?
Okay, so I think you should like take things slow and go in there with a strong mindset and experiment with it, figure out if this is something you really want to do, because it takes a lot of work to make it in this industry, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to be like you don't want to like put so much work into it and then halfway be like, you know I don't want to do this. Maybe I want to be a lawyer. It's got to be
Mm-hmm.
like something you really want to do. But yeah, have a strong mindset. You have to be ambitious. Another good one is to have support from your like parents or a family member, even a friend or a loved one, because that goes a long way, definitely. And yeah, that's a little bit to help you like to get started.
That's just some like good like advice. Like I also like the support from like your loved ones or having a really good mindset is really the kind of the key to the success. Like, do you think
Hmm.
that's helped you kind of like build yourself as an actor or kind of grow as a person?
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, for example, without my mom or my dad, I don't think I would have made it this far in acting. My mom, she does a lot for me. She helps me with acting. And then my dad, he's always taking care of my brother and sisters when I'm gone, and picking them from school. And yeah, and definitely having a strong mindset, because this industry has a lot of no's and rejections, and
Mm-hmm.
you gotta kind of like figure out how to take it well.
Oh yeah, that's actually so true. Because there's like you probably get more no's than yeses, especially in
Yeah.
acting. That's actually the worst part about it. So like you will face 100 rejections and or probably get like 5 yeses. That's kind of like
Mhm.
the worst part about it. So like even though you want this role so badly, you'll get more probably a no most likely.
Yeah.
And like on social media, you often like post skits when you able to create from them from scratch. Like how do you make skits? Like do you write them down or you just kind of go with the flow with everything?
So yeah, like I'll be doing something like regular in my day, like I'll be eating a taco or something like that. And an idea pops in my head and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So when I have the time to film it, I'll start like filming it, and I guess the ideas start just popping in, like, and I just go with the flow. It's not like really more of a plan thing, it's more of like smooth flow ride through it.
I feel like when you're trying to film a video, I feel like every single video doesn't mostly goes with the flow. Like you can't like
Mhm.
I know most people go off scripts, which is perfectly fine, but I feel like more ideas start to come like when you're actually filming.
Yeah.
But like how long does it usually take you to film these videos? Does it take like, hours or does it take you a couple minutes?
For these skits, it depends, but most of the time I film it under an hour, or sometimes under 30 minutes if it's really short and fast. But usually it takes about like an hour to film it and edit it. And yeah.
That's not bad at all. Like, what type of skits do you post, or is it kind of like, is there any specific things on acting and stuff, or you just do cover everything in terms of entertainment?
Skits I tend to post is more of like trying it's more of like a comedic perspective. I like to make my audience laugh, and I sometimes I do some like dramatic skits, but those are more rare than the comedic skits.
Like, do you think like being in acting has helped you, like in terms of comedy, or even like watching things on TV? I know you were into comedy and
Mhm.
drama. Like, how do you like? Do you think those type of movies kind of helped you with these skits in terms of ideas or inspiration? Because I know TV like helps a ton with inspiration.
Definitely. Actually one of my number one ways I practice acting and stuff like that, it's I actually analyze movies and like stuff like that. And I analyze the actors and I watch them and I'm like, yeah, that's a good way. I'll probably put that into my next audition or next role. But I've been doing that ever since I was a kid. You
Yeah,
know.
same here. Like I literally like have millions of movies I literally analyze and know all the words to, or just kind
Mhm.
of analyze actors. Like what like actors do kind of analyze. Like I know for me it's like Hugh Jackman, Gina Davis, and, like Michelle Hartake. Like there's so many that it's like it's hard to name with one specific person.
Um, yeah, I have a couple actors that I analyze. Like for example, Tom Hanks, I analyze a lot of his movies. Jim Carrey, that's more on the comedic
Oh
side,
yeah.
definitely. And let's see, what's another one? Another good actor, Andrew Garfield, like
Mm-hmm.
Network, that one's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Like you say
Uh,
you should go through one of the people from Spider-Man, one of the three Spider-Mans, right?
mhm.
I think that name does sound familiar because I know there's free, but it's like hard to keep up with like which actors actually played Spider-Man. There's
Yeah.
like so many. But Jim Carrey's actually hilarious, and Tom Hanks are all hilarious. Like, have you ever seen that Jim Carrey movie, like the Mr. Popper's Penguins? Have you seen that movie by him?
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Oh, that's a hilarious movie. Like, I definitely recommend it to you or anyone that's
Hmm.
watching it. It's a hilarious movie. It came out like years ago. It's like
Hmm.
not old, but not new. Like, it just came
Uh-huh.
out like 2015 or around that time. It's actually a pretty hilarious with Jim Carrey. Like, it's about basically him with penguins, owning penguins. He's got like some penguins and stuff. It's actually hilarious. But
Hmm.
like any Tom Hanks movie is actually like every single movie he's in, no matter if it's dramatic or funny, he's always funny in it, no matter what.
Hmm. Yeah.
And like you are also coming out with more projects like Mystery Box Series and My Little Caregiver. Like what can you say about these projects? Like I know you can't probably say a lot, but like
Mhm.
what can you like, kind of say about your character or even these the series itself?
Okay, for all right. So for Mystery Box, I could actually say a little bit more because they actually posted a teaser on their Instagram, Mystery Box Mysteries. And in that cartoon series, I play Mateo Ramos. And he's this 14-year-old kid. He's funny, outgoing, and he's this adventurous kid. And the whole story of this, it's these couple of kids, they encounter a cold case, and no one could solve this cold case. And as the episodes go by, they start solving it like solving the puzzles. And what it's meant to do is meant to target the younger audience to be like, oh yeah, this is awesome, I'm gonna solve these puzzles as I go, while also being entertained and like taught. And yeah, that's for Mystery Box. You could check it out on their Instagram and or on my Instagram too. And for the other one, My Little Caregiver, that one's coming out on film festivals in the summer. I can't say much about it, but I can say I play as they released a little teaser on their Instagram too, My Little Caregiver. And I play Jack, and I'm helping my best friend go through a hard time with his mom. And I feel like a lot of us can relate there. For a lot of us can relate with situations like that in the real world. And I can't wait to share with you the full project. But that's pretty much all I can say about it.
Like you played one of the main characters in both like projects, right?
Yeah, yeah, on both of them. Yeah.
Ooh, sweet. Like which like was it kind of hard like to film My Little Caregiver since it's kind of about like your best friend, like um his mom is having a hard time. Like was it kind of hard for you to film? Like was it ever kind of like similar to kind of your real life, or was it kind of like oh I have to be so sad, like it's so hard to film type of thing?
When I was filming My Little Caregiver, yeah, I felt like some relatable from that situation, but not fully because I never experienced something like that. But I definitely have sympathy and empathy for those who do, because I know they go through hard times and it does make a lot of things difficult. But we've all had our ups and downs, and I think that's one thing I can relate with right there.
For sure. Like, is Mystery Box and My Little Caregiver like like what's the word like voice acting or is it like on camera type of thing? Because I know like I think one of them's like voice acting. I think.
Hmm. For Mystery Box, that one's a voiceover. It's a cartoon series.
Mm-hmm.
And for My Little Caregiver, that was all in person.
Ooh, that's perfect. Like, where did you guys film at? Like, where's there? Did you guys film in the States or like in like a different country?
So for My Little Caregiver, we filmed in LA, and so here.
Like,
But
I originally from. Do you live in LA now?
uh, well, I'm based in LA, but yeah, I live in LA.
Yeah, I love Italy so much. I love Italy so much. I would like live down there. Like I'm in Pennsylvania now, but I'm like I would just die for
Mhm.
LA. Is it like warm there right now?
Right now it's a little chilly, but it does tend to get warm here left and right. It's weird weather over here.
Oh yeah, same here. Like one day it's like 80 degrees, like over those last couple of days, the next day it's like 50, 40 degrees, especially in the spring weather. Pennsylvania weather is all crazy that you do not know what to expect. And like the last thing I have for you is like what is like some advice for like actors? I know you kind of touched on this a little bit
Mhm.
earlier, But if you like want to add some of it, like what is some kind of some advice to actors are just starting out or just need help kind of getting started or want to like break through this industry?
Yeah, like I said, have a strong mind. Definitely have support from a family member, loved one. Um, put in a lot of hard work. It's definitely going to be needed in this industry. And yeah, I guess I could add like maybe like practice a lot, in this for this craft. Like if you really want to be successful, you got to practice your craft because like you're never done practicing because your occupation is never going to be perfect. It's always going to be need more work, but it does get better and better over time.
For sure. Like I wanted to ask you, like, why do you think support from like your family is like important, especially with being in entertainment, getting a lot of no's? Like, why do you think it's like very important? Because I know, like, for me, like, I know support from family is everything. I'm sure it is for you too. Like, I know, like, if like support from your family is such a big thing that like, I know you can't grow without support, especially from your family, friends, or even loved ones.
Mhm. Yeah, support from family members, friends, loved ones is really important, especially in this industry because, well, you're gonna get a lot of rejections and those, and you gotta have someone there to kind of lift you up because you could only do so much.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, like especially like if you're underage like me, like a kid, you're definitely gonna need help from like an older person, like my mom, for example. She drives me to LA and she takes me to all these like auditions to film, and yeah, you're definitely gonna need like some sort of support like that to do that. But I think that's why it's really important to have support.
For sure. Like I know it being like kind of like young, I would say youngsters like us. Like I'm only 16 and I know like with being a youngster, like you are just like learning. Like you're in high school or middle school or how old you are and you're still learning. Even with this industry, you will need people to take you places for events, interviews or whatever it is, acting gigs, like you would need someone to be there for you, like when you are trying to succeed. Like you won't, even though some people might not be able to drive. I'm only 16, I don't have my permit, but like with being a young kind of, I'll say adult or a young kid, like it's just like it's very difficult to do things without your parents or even grandparents or cousins or whatever it is. Like it's just like when you have your family there, it's much easier to kind of get things done. This,
Mhm.
even though you might be so stressed, like with things going on every single day, you might be like, "Oh my God, how am I supposed to do these things when there's so many things going on?" You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like with support from family, like it will help you so much to be able to juggle those things and make it life easier for you.
Um, yeah, support from family makes a lot of things easier for me. Like acting related or not. Like for example, like playing the guitar, like I got a lot of support from my family. And sometimes I tend to be a little lazy and I don't play the guitar. But I support from family definitely goes a long way and is really important. And yeah.
Like, do you play guitar every day, or is it kind of like every once in a while type of thing?
It's every once in a while now. For a while, I was trying to play a little bit every day, but I think it's kind of dimmed down to every once in a while
Oh,
now.
gotcha. I'm always like a guitar person. I always like really want to play a guitar, but I'm like, I don't know if I've got time for that. But like, how are you playing guitar for? Like, is it a couple years or like a couple months type of thing?
When did I get my guitar? I think it's 2 years or 3 years now. I think it's 3 years. I've been playing my guitar. Yeah, like I mostly self-taught myself with YouTube. I did take guitar classes in freshman year. But it kind of touched bases on a lot of stuff I already knew, so it was kind of just like a refresher in a way. But most
Mm-hmm.
of the stuff I taught myself, and yeah, I just try to get a little practice in every now and then.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And like, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it for you taking
Of
this
course.
time and coming on. I really like it's so fun chatting with you. You're amazing. Where can people connect you on social media if they want to connect with you?
If they want to connect with me, you could reach me on like at Julian Vidaurrazaga. It's a hard last name, but Julian Vida, and it'll probably pop up. I'm pretty sure.
Awesome.
Um, yeah,
Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Talk of Fame. And everyone stay tuned for the next episode. And thank you, Julian, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And have a good rest of your day.
you
Thanks.
too, and thank you for having me once again.
Of course. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.